If there's anything that makes me feel like the biggest bum, it's video games. And it's Cisco here. Cisco, why do you say that? Why do you feel like a bum? Well, we are in the new year, 2024, and we are in that sweet spot that we hit every single year. Again, let me repeat this. This happens every single year, sometimes multiple times a year, where people start to get kind of worried and say, hey, there's no video games to play. Nintendo's not coming out with anything. Zelda came out last year, now there's no more Zelda. When I make these videos, it's really hard because a lot of my topics are what I observe on the internet. And not everyone lives on the internet, let alone like the gaming side of the internet. Like when I'm scrolling through Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and like Bubble BFF, I observe what people are saying and then I like to make topics out of it because I think that's exactly what's trending. But in my months of breaks recently, I realized that actually the majority of people don't hang out on the internet and think this way. So the majority of fans of Nintendo probably actually think that there are games to play. I really don't know, but I'm just observing what I see on the internet. And what I've been seeing very frequently on the internet is people saying Nintendo has no games. I don't understand how people are saying there's no games to play. And I've even seen some people say that last year like gaming was a little tame. Dude, I don't know what y'all about. There are so many video games. I think I didn't even play half the games out there last year. There are so many video games. I missed out on Mario RPG, another Code Recollection. Everybody kept saying, Cisco, you gotta buy Street Fighter 6. Street Fighter 6 is the game you gotta buy. And I'm a broke college student. I can't really buy games. I had to buy the ones I really wanted, like Tears of the Kingdom or Pikmin 4. And everyone's like, no, you have to get Street Fighter 6. And everybody's playing it. And so I finally bought Street Fighter 6 for Christmas. I'm that kid, man. I come up, I'm like, I got Street Fighter 6. No, now everybody and the mama and their grandma are playing Tekken 8. And now I want Tekken 8, but that's a full price game. The economy is only getting way, way worse, and the games are just getting more and more expensive. And don't get me wrong, I will not regret paying $70 for Tekken 8. That game, it looks great. But there are so many games coming out that I'm just like, I can't keep up. $60, $70, it's just a little much. So that brings me to my topic. What is going on? The games make me feel so broke. They make me feel like such a bum because there's so many and I can't keep up with all of them. I didn't get to play Pal World. So again, let me reiterate. Games are getting more expensive and then the economy is getting worse and it's getting harder and harder to buy games. Right now, we do have a lot of good examples of what's going on with the budget of video games. So what's happening with video games right now? So we have a couple examples. One, Power World is $30, but it goes on to sell, I believe at this point it's 9 million. 9 million copies! And it's only a $30 game, and people are really enjoying it. People are loving this game. But then you have another game, a full price game, Suicide Squad, with microtransactions and all that, the works. And people are, I'm seeing some mixed reviews. Some people are saying it's pretty good, but I'm seeing the majority say, hey, how are you charging full price for this game? This game is lame. And you got Fortnite over there, still free to play, and then you just buy a battle pass for like $8. I haven't paid any money for the past couple battle passes on Fortnite because they allow you to just recycle your V-Bucks. You finish the battle pass, you get all your V-Bucks back, so you can just keep buying the next pass, and that's what I've been doing. It's really interesting to price video games. So early last year where I said $70 for a game is just way too expensive. But you know what? Actually, now that after Tears of the Kingdom came out and I played Elden Ring, and those are I think the only two games I paid $70 for, both of those are honestly really amazing and I don't regret paying $70 for it. But how do we price games? Because I said it's way too expensive, I refuse to pay $70 for a game, but after playing Elden Ring and Tears of the Kingdom, I realized, you know what, there's a lot of work that went into this game, a big budget, and it's just quality. It's just endless quality. I think those games are like really fantastic. I don't regret paying $70. But then there's games like Mario Wonder, and it was $60, and I'm not saying I regret that whatsoever, but I'm just saying, I played it, I felt like it could have been a little bit more. But that's not even a good example. A perfect example of a game I felt like I spent way too much money on was Mario Strikers Battle League. I know a lot of people agree with that one. And even the Pokemon games are just not feeling like good $60 games. If I paid $30 for the newest Pokemon game, I think I would complain less about the quality of where Pokemon Scarlet and Violet stand today. And then there's games I just completely regret that just not worth the money. Back 4 Blood and like, don't make fun of me, but Hot Wheels Unleashed, that was not a $60 game. It has cut content, lots of microtransactions, DLC that they want you to buy so you can fill up your game full of content. And I'm just like, why? If you Google the average budget to make a AAA game, it says about 60 to 80 million. So the budget of video games is getting bigger. These AAA titles are getting really massive. And it really only takes a few million sales to get all that money back. I think 2 million sales is like more than enough to get a pretty good profit on video games. And games like Tears of the Kingdom made well over 10 million copies sold. But what about games like Forspoken, man? They got these big budget, but then where did that budget go? I think it maybe more in the marketing. I don't know where that budget went. But so where do we label things? Because let's say Forspoken, they feel like they bumped a lot of money in the budget, but then I'm sure they didn't get a lot of that money back. I feel like the ones who developed Forspoken probably think video games are not expensive enough. We need to make it more expensive. But then you got some games like Tears of the Kingdom that made perfect profit. And then the game I want to talk about is games like Metroid Prime Remastered. This came out last year. That game was perfectly priced. I feel that was one of the, if not the most stunning looking game on the Nintendo Switch. The graphics are mwah. And to price that at $40 because it was a remaster, I think is really awesome. And if we get 2 Echoes and then 3 Corruption, if we get those games as well eventually for around the same price, I think that's awesome. And then you got live service games like Suicide Squad that, where do you price that? Because it's a full price game. So let's say 70, right? But then they have microtransactions and they have, I'm sure they're gonna have season passes. But they're gonna actively work on the game. They're gonna keep adding content, right? So where do we draw the line of like, where is it too expensive? And then you got indie games, man. Indie games are just the heart and soul of our gaming industry. Fan favorite games like Undertale, that was like $15. You got Among Us, that's $5. These games clearly have a lower budget than a AAA game, but brought in so many players and have become a staple in gaming culture. Where do we draw the line? Again, our economy's bad, go out and buy eggs. Where do we draw the line of where games are getting too expensive? Because now we're talking about GTA, and the newest one, they're rumored to price it at $100. And I've seen plenty of people say, I will gladly pay for $100 for the newest GTA. So in the end, what do? Well, I would say we vote with our wallet. We show what the fans want and what the fans don't want. If you don't like these live service games where they pack in a full price game full of microtransactions, well, don't give that company your money. And then, you know, hey, I would love to see more support for games like Metroid Prime Remastered. There was a lot of love poured into that game. $40 is a pretty good price range for that game, and I would say go for it. And then again, right now we're seeing this happen with Power World versus Pokemon. People are pouring their money into Power World, and I mean 9 million players as of like I last checked. That's insane, and I think people are really voting with their wallets here, and we'll have to see when Pokemon wants to release the newest Pokemon game, what are fans gonna do? Are fans gonna vote with their wallet, or is everyone gonna go rush to buy the newest Pokemon game because there was a new cooking mechanic? Now you can make Pokemon sushi, and now everyone's going excited. Oh yeah, I want to make Magikarp into a sushi. This game's the greatest. So everyone goes ahead and spends $70 on the newest Pokemon game, and no lesson was learned. So let me know down below, what do you think? What is your stance on the pricing of games these days? Is $70 way too much? $60 still too much? Where are you feeling it? Thank you guys for watching. This is just me giving a little rant about how you guys keep buying these really expensive games and making me feel broke. Why is nobody playing Street Fighter no more? Now everybody's playing Tekken. Alright, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.